Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Candice. I am the owner and operator of Candice's Kitchen in Sturgeon Falls. We specialize in low-carb, clean-eating food that's sugar-free. We have desserts and meals. So I'll just start by telling you a little bit about me and how I got started into this and what led me to be at this point in my life. So 4 years ago, I was pregnant with my youngest son. During my pregnancy, I was diagnosed with some severe health complications, which led me to have him when I was 29 weeks pregnant. So essentially, because of those health issues and because of those complications, I was put in a higher risk of having a stroke within 10 years of my life. I was told by the doctors that I needed to change what I was doing. I had always struggled with weight, and I had always struggled with maintaining a healthy weight, a balance. I ate healthy for the most part, but it was always up and down. It was some sort of like yo-yo dieting to say I was never able to commit to sticking with anything. My son is healthy now. Everything was fine there. But at that point, I was at a low. I had to adjust to motherhood, make that adjustment with 2 little kids. I was tired. I was sluggish most of the time. It did take some time to adjust and come up with that new normal and learn to adapt to having 2 small kids at home. Fast forward 1 year, I still wasn't ready to commit at that point in my life. I made little changes here and there, but again, it wasn't anything that I stuck with for a long period of time. Our family decided we moved from Edmonton, so we decided to make the move back to Ontario, where both my husband and I are from. When we moved here, it was in April. Again, life was hectic. We moved across the country with our 2 little kids. We were busy. We didn't quite have our house set up yet, so I was trying to juggle living in a trailer with my 2 kids while taking care of myself while my husband started a new job. Again, just to keep up, I was tired all the time. I was unmotivated to move forward. But once things settled in and we got adjusted, I was ready to start committing to myself. I was new to the area. I didn't know a lot of people here. I was somewhat lonely. I wanted to get out there and meet people and just start taking better care of myself to improve my mental health. At that point, I came across the weight loss challenge that Body Max was hosting at the time. That was in November. I said, okay, this is it. I'm going to start this, and I'm just going to commit to going to the gym at least 3 times a week, and I'm going to follow the food plan that they provided me. So that's what I did. I exceeded my own expectations. I ended up going every day. I enjoyed getting out there. At the beginning, it was a struggle. I was out of breath really quick. I felt like I was the least in shape of the people that were there, although that was only the restrictions I put on myself. That wasn't the case at all. But over time, I got stronger. I was able to go longer. I didn't run out of breath as quickly. I started to feel better. I was proud of myself for having stuck with the food plan. I wanted to be committed to that. So that was my ultimate challenge for me, was the food aspect of it. The exercising part was a bonus, an extra for me. But I was able to commit to that. So I felt good. It was right before the holidays. I had lost some weight that I wanted to lose. The holiday times came along, and I wasn't ready to give up. I wasn't ready to stop. A lot of people around the holiday time, they may indulge a little bit more than they'd like to. And I'm also in that category, but I didn't want to lose track of my progress. So, I had a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I ate healthy my next meal or the next day. I went back to it. I was able to commit to myself once again. So I made it through the holidays. I was still feeling good. I was still proud of myself. I was still continuing to lose the weight that I wanted to lose. Then I started doing some more research. I wanted to challenge myself a little bit more. I wanted to take the next step. So I started doing some research and I came across the keto diet. I bought a book that gave me a plan to do a 30-day cleanse. So I said, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. This will just take me to the next step in my journey. So at that point, I committed to that. I eliminated all sugars, which I had already done previously. So it wasn't a big change for me there. I eliminated all dairy and any type of nuts. The purpose was just to cleanse my body and just to start feel even better than I was. So I committed to that. I ended up doing that for 60 days. I had lost the majority of the weight that I wanted to lose in that period of time. I was consistent. I stuck with it. I continued going to the gym. I was a happier person. I was a better mom. I was a better wife. The people around me were, I was just happier overall, and that showed to the people that were around me. Then March came along, and it was my birthday. At that point, I knew that I had already committed to this 60 days. I was already doing really well. But I knew that my family wanted to celebrate my birthday. I have 2 little kids at home. Having a birthday cake, singing happy birthday was something that was important for them. But I wanted to do it in my own way. I wanted to still stick with my goals. So at that point, I started doing some research, and I made some cupcakes that were keto friendly. It was sugar free. They were low in carb. It took me almost the whole day to make them because, as you know, some of these things can be very time consuming. It was my first experience really doing any type of keto baking. I had always loved to cook, but I never really had done any type of sugar-free or low-carb baking before. So we had the cupcakes. They were excellent. My kids were happy with them. They loved them. Nobody even knew that it was a healthier choice. So that was a big win for me. I was able to make it through that. And at that point, something had changed. I wasn't interested in going back into my old ways. I was able to continue on with my next meal and eating healthy. Something clicked that made me stay more committed to myself. At that time, I had been toying with the idea of going back to work. Previously, I was a human resources manager before I had my kids. But I was afraid to go back into that office setting. Not afraid. I wanted something that would support my goals and that I could live a healthier life, something I could be more active, a job that I could plan exercise around my schedule and not get bogged down with the busyness of life. Although running a business is busy, I'm able to control when I go in and when I don't, and I can make time for that. So I started doing some keto baking, some cooking for family and friends on the side. That I ended up getting very busy over the summer just with that. So I took the next step and I started renting a commercial kitchen in Verner. And from there, I opened up my own Facebook page and started taking orders from people that I didn't know. And it just kind of escalated from there. People wanted to better themselves. People were coming to me for advice. We were asking what they could eat and what they couldn't eat. And I just felt like it was something I was really passionate about. I wanted to share my experience with other people. I wanted to help them live their healthiest life. So I continued from there. I started selling my food to 2 health food stores, which went really great. It was a big opportunity for me, but I missed the people aspect of it. I didn't get to interact with people. I didn't get to share my story as much as I wanted to. So at that point, I started looking for my own store, and which is when I found the place on King Street, and I decided to open up, and we opened in November of last year. And I can truly say that it was the best step for me. I have the best of both worlds. I'm able to still take care of myself, live my healthiest life, but I'm also able to help other people and support them in their journey to becoming a healthier you. So that's ultimately what my goal was. And here I am. So thank you for listening.
Awesome. So I have a question for you then.
Sure.
So what is one piece of advice you'd give to a mother right now with 2 young kids who is struggling?
Oh, that's a good question. I still struggle from time to time, especially over the last couple of months. It's been a huge adjustment. Um, I think just listen to your body. If you need to step back and take a break, you just have to follow that. Um, you know, get the kids involved. I mean, that's what I do when I do my morning workouts. The kids see me. I the conversations come up every now and again. Why do you go to the gym? Why do you do this? And the message I'm sending to them is that I want to be stronger. I want to have more energy. I want to be healthier. I try not to focus on the weight part of it. I try to focus on just being a healthier person. And I can see that when my kids join me and they show me their muscles and they, you know, we don't work out every day. We don't eat healthy every single day, but they know that we're doing our best that we can. And I mean, that's all you can do. So that's the advice that I would give. Just try and eat better the next meal, or try and eat better the next day. Just keep going back to it and don't give up, because there's always going to be those struggles.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing. I think you hit it perfectly on the head there by saying that you're doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for your kids, right? You want to be healthy so that when they're older and they have kids, that you can be that grandma that can chase the kids and that kind of thing, right?
Right.
So it's that future oriented looking. Yes, it's hard in the moment, but you keep going. You have perseverance.
Yeah, I think that I'm a better mom, and I think I'm a better person when I'm taking care of myself. I found, you know, when this quarantine first happened, I needed to take a step back, and I just felt myself going into that rut again. It was about a week or 2 weeks, and I wasn't the best person in my state of mind. I wasn't the best mother, and I knew that this is what I needed to do to get back on track. I needed to be busier. I needed to set goals for myself, and it had nothing to do with them. It was what I had to set goals up for myself, making sure that I did that so that I could be a better person. So I mean, I fell into a rut, but I was able to get back out, and I knew what I needed to do to get back to my goals. So
Awesome. And what's your mission going forward?
well, I started I'm going to reopen the store. I think that other people are in the same boat as me. They just want to get back on track, get better themselves. So my goal moving forward is just to continue focusing on what I do to support other people, but also trying to take care of myself in the meantime. Yeah, I just want to get back out there and just do what I do, and just get back into it. Right now, that's my main focus.